Hi naughty friends, welcome back to my channel, and I am so excited. On my first tutorial ever, I'm going to show you how to do the very first macrame project I ever learned, and that is a macrame coaster. So hang out with me, let's get naughty and learn how to make a macrame coaster. What you will need is cord, a measuring tape, fabric scissors, and a pet brush. I have linked down below the items that I would recommend to you, that they're all available on Amazon. And if you are already a macrame friend and likes to get stocked up on cord, I would 1000% recommend going with Ganxxet, that brand. It is available on Amazon, but you can also order through their website directly. And if you use my code NAUGHTYABBY10, you will get 10% off every single order, and I always recommend it. Be specific on the kind of cord that I would recommend for your project, and any project to be honest. It is the size 4mm and single strand, so I definitely recommend it. Your project will end up looking so nice. It's extremely beautiful and great quality. All right, so let's begin on this tutorial. I like to start every macrame project by preparing my cord. So I have put all the measurements on the screen here. Pause the video if you need to and prepare the cord that you will need for this macrame coaster. I'm going to grab the cord that is 55 inches. So I am going to find the end here and make a circle. So you see how I ended up making a circle and overlapping it like this, okay? Now you will grab your 30-inch cord. You will meet them in the middle here to find the center. And do you see this loop here? Now you're gonna do a cow hitch knot by placing that loop you just created underneath your project, draping it over, and then with those loose ends, pull it through. But this is how you will attach it on. Now you'll grab another one, meet in the middle. See this loop? You will place it at the bottom of this and then pull it through this way. It's very important that you are putting the loop from underneath this here. And so then you will feed these loose end cords through this loop you had just created, and then you pull. I like to make sure I hold on to my project here with one hand and pull with the other to make it nice and snug. And we'll repeat it again for the total 5 cords that are 30 inches. All right, so now you added those 5 30-inch cords. Here's 1 cord, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're gonna turn your project towards you, and you are going to hold on with 2 fingers over here and pull. You're gonna pull this so that it ends up making a nice circle like this. I like to tug on this loose end here and make sure it's at the bottom. Perfect. You just made like a little magic loop here. Now this long cord is going to be your working cord, and we're pretty much going to make it round and round and round and round. Okay, so this is your working cord, or your anchor cord is the best way to describe it. So your very first thing that you're going to do is grab the cord that's next to it, place it at the bottom. And now we're gonna do a double half hitch knot. Double means that you will pretty much make a knot 2 times on here. So in order to do that, like we see, it's at the very bottom. You're gonna loop it over and then through and pull. And now this knot is not done yet. We need to do it the exact same thing one more time. Put the cord over the anchor cord and then grab this loose end and pull it through here. Now this knot is complete. We'll move on to the next one. This is the only knot you'll be doing over and over again. So we're gonna go ahead, pull it over, and then through the loop. One more time, over and through the loop. I'm gonna continue to keep doing it a little bit slower, and then I will show you what makes it a little bit easier for me. And if you notice, I'm using my index finger to kind of stabilize my project here. Okay, so I'm working on the next cord that is available. And I'm going to loop it over and through. Perfect. Over and through. And so I like, if you notice how I kind of keep a hold of my project, that's going to be really helpful for you as well. So another good little trick or tip for this knot, I pull it over and then I just don't let it go because I know I need to do it twice. And now let's examine real quick how this knot looks. Literally looks like 2 loops here. Okay, we'll keep going. So far we have done 1, 2, 3, 4. Over and through. Perfect. Grab the next cord. Over and through. Again, over and through. Now we still have 4, we should have 1, 2, 3, 4 cords. And this is something that we're gonna leave and take care of at the end, okay? So we're gonna grab, again, over and through. Awesome. Over and through. And if you notice, I am not putting too much pressure to the knot. I'm just tightly arranging it next to the next knot. Over and through. I'm also not yanking it that it's like being so tight and so much tension on your fingertips. It's just over, through, slight tug, arrange. Over, through, slight tug, and arrange. Okay, we're now on our last one. Over, through, oops, make sure this little guy doesn't get in there. Over, through, one more time, over, through. You have now completed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 double half hitch knots. So now if you notice, there's some gaps here and we're gonna fill in. So get over your 20-inch cords that you cut already, and now we're gonna start with one. Meet the 2 ends to find the middle, and we are going to attach this to our anchor cord, this super long cord right now. And we do so by going from underneath here, and this loop we just created will pull the rest of the cords. Okay, and then just with your index finger, hold on to your project and pull. You just created a cow hitch knot to attach to your coaster. Now you will then complete the attachment by grabbing the next cord over and doing a double half hitch knot. What we did, we go over, through, pull and fix, over, through, pull and fix. This gap is not as much as this one, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to do one more double half hitch knot, over and pull through 2 times, and we're gonna grab one more cord that's 20 inches long, meet the 2 ends at the middle, find the middle, and there we go. We're going to attach by coming in from the bottom. This loop pulling through those ends and then just attaching it like this. Perfect. And then we'll keep going. Another double half hitch knot. Over, through, pull, one more time, over, through, pull, one more time. Okay, and then I will do the same. One more, over, through, over, through. Right, we have a gap again, so let's go ahead and add one more 20-inch here. Meet them at the ends to find the middle. Under here, and pull through, and then just arrange it by pushing it through with the fingers to making it nice and tight. Now we'll work with the next cord over, another double half hitch knot. Again, double half hitch knot. And if you notice, this is how I kind of do it a little bit faster. But it's the exact same thing. Of course, as you advance in your craft, you will start finding tricks to make it a little bit faster. We're going to attach one more 20-inch cord here, pull, and then arrange here. And we will do a double half hitch knot again. I'll slow it down. Over, through, one time, again, over, through, one more time. And in this case here, we are going to add a 20-inch here, a 20-inch cord here, and a 20-inch cord here. So let's go ahead and attach it by the same cow hitch knot. Now back to the double half hitch knot. And kind of tugging it, making it have that gap so that you can add this 20-inch cord on with the cow hitch knot. Perfect. Finalizing this round by doing this. Now you can grab your fabric scissors now and see this loose end. You can get very close to the bottom here and just snip it off. It's pretty secure now. Now this next round, so the last round you added 20-inch cords. This round you're just going to work it all the way until you get here. And the way that you know when you got here is because you can see this kind of like a line. It looks like a snail here. For my knitters, you can use something to remind you that it's there, but you'll be able to tell, and I'll show you why. Okay, so now we're gonna just do double half hitch knots on each single cord all the way around. Over, through, pull, over, fix, arrange, over, through once, over, through again, and then just kind of arrange it with your other fingers. I am doing this more on real time, so feel free to pause it if you need to or slow it down. I'm not going to speed up the video. I want you just to see how it is knotted in real time as well. Sometimes when you're adding a little bit too much pressure, it kind of comes up, but I like to just push it down so that it keeps being flat. So same knot. It's very repetitive, this project, so it's easy to catch up on. And you're doing a double half hitch knot. This project actually only takes 2 knots, the cow hitch knot and the double half hitch knot. So as we're working these knots too, these cords are getting shorter, obviously, right? So that is another way to determine when you've already done the completed round. Because if I, for example, here, this one's longer than this one, so I know that this is still part of the last round. I'm gonna go ahead and arrange it real quick. When I first learned how to make a macrame coaster, I wasn't directed with specifics as to how much cord to add for the gaps. So make sure to follow along and see when I add the cords, because this is a tried and true method that I used personally for my business to create these perfect coasters. Please trust that these additions are like the perfect way to make this coaster, and it's the perfect size. So we have already made it to the round. I know this because this cord and this cord are pretty much the same size. Now you are in the next round that we're gonna add 6 10-inch cords. So the way that I remember is I will do 1 2 3 then add. So let's do it. 1 cord here, we'll do a double half hitch knot, another double half hitch knot, and then another one. So here's your little gap. You'll grab a 10-inch cord, meet the ends in the middle, find the middle, bring it under with this loop you just created, bring through those ends and pull and arrange. Now again, 3 double half hitch knots. 1, 2, 3. How does your project look? Does it look like there's a gap here? If not, you can definitely create it by pushing over the knots. I would really advise you to follow along so that you know and understand where to add the cords to fill in the gaps. So I am also doing 3 double half hitch knots again. There's another gap here. So I will grab one more. And then I did 1, 2, 3. Looks like I have to add another 10-inch after doing 3 double half hitch knots. Yeah, that's a pretty big gap. So I'll grab them in the middle. I'm gonna slow this part a little bit down, even though you've seen them before. 1, 2. We're almost at the finish line, guys. So I just did 1, 2, 3 double half hitch knots, but this gap doesn't look like it's as big, so I'm gonna do one more. And really scoot it over to create one more gap here. Okay, let's keep working. And we are almost getting to the one round. This is how much, this is the last cord of this round that we're adding. And we have one more cord to add. So we'll see when we do it. So here I did 1, 2, 3. I think I'm gonna do 4 double half hitch knots this time. Yeah, 4. So here's like a decent sized gap here. I'm gonna attach it. And now to finish the round, I just need to do 2 more double half hitch knots with these 2 longer cords. Okay, we finished this round. Now our final round is that we're just gonna do double half hitch knots to every single cord one last time. So with this one, I might speed it up. But it's the exact same knot. I encourage you to come back to this video every time that you make a coaster to not only get the details as far as what cords to cut and where you need it, but to know where to add these cords. And honestly, just knot with me. I enjoy your company. I appreciate you being here and watching my first tutorial video. I hope it inspires you to try it out and make something for your home. These macrame coasters make incredible gifts. I have seen so many customers gift them to their friends, their office buddies. I love when they give them as to their office buddies. They make them, they have bought them in like their favorite colors. And obviously in a cubicle, you're always gonna have a cup and need a coaster. So it's such a sweet gift to give, like for Christmas and things like that. And it's personal if you wanna get it in their certain colors. They're also perfect for your home, you know, to keep all of your surfaces safe. You don't always have to use this as a coaster for a cup. I have used it as a coaster for my pencil cup on my desk. I have used it for a coaster for a plant. And it's just another way to add texture to your home. And it's a way to add some handmade, you know, magic to your space. I really love it. I've also seen people use these coasters for candles as well, and it just looks so nice. It's just a very cute gift. It's a nice thing to do for people that you love. Great housewarming gift if you know that person's color palette, then make it in that color. And honestly, natural cord, it's like that off-white color that most macrame is in. You can never go wrong with that color. The only thing I would say is that they would have to probably wash it more often. But this color that I am using today is called Oat. Okay, I am reaching the end here. And again, I know I'm reaching the end because this is the shortest cord. This is the long one. This is my very last cord. Almost there, friends, almost there. We are almost there to complete a macrame coaster. I'm so proud of you guys for trying this out and making something with your hands. I'm gonna scoot it over just a little, and then here we go, last knot. And there you go, guys, you have a macrame coaster. I'm just kidding. Now we need to make it pretty. And I am so sorry, I forgot to add that you need a crochet hook. Of any size, this one specifically is size F, 3.75 mm. It's kind of small, but you'll see how I will still make it work. So I'm going to flip over my project, and with this long working cord, I'm going to weave it in this knot immediately next to it. So how you do so is you put your crochet hook through, put this cord, like loop it over and pull it through. Sometimes you kind of have to maneuver it depending on the tightness of your knots. Okay, so now it's through. I'm going to do it one more time at the knot directly above it. So I'm going to push my hook through, loop the cord through, and then just kind of maneuver it through here. Okay, my goal is for it to stick out here. Okay, so now this cord, I'm going to kind of flip it over and put my crochet hook in this knot directly next to it. Okay, loop it through, maneuver through, there we go. Okay, now I'm gonna loop it through this one. So I'll come through the crochet hook here at the bottom. Perfect. Okay, now turn your project over again. Fabric scissors are so important in macrame projects because you need that sharp, rigid shears to really cut through these thick cords. So this one is Friscar, I want to say. I linked it below on my description. I like to leave about an inch or more. So this is kind of just like a roughly make a cut here. You could take it as slow as you need to make sure that you're not cutting too much, but I personally just keep eyeing it and turning my coaster. Perfect. And when I feel like I'm going too short, I just move my scissors so it could be a little bit longer. And then this is all by preference too. Some people really like long fringe and some don't. So you are going to grab your pet brush. These like metal bristles are gold when it comes down to brushing out your fringe. Be sure that you can be brushing wherever you are. I like to get a clipboard. I don't want to brush out my mat here, so I'm just going to brush out like this. I went ahead and muted this clip just to save your ears, but this is how I brush out the fringe for my coaster. I also used my hands to kind of flatten out the fringe, and like you notice here, you will get lint, so beware of that. Once you're done with one side, flip it over and do the other side. Rotate it with one hand, and with the other, just brush it out and flatten it out like that, and it's gonna be ready to get cut. So I grabbed my project from the middle here, and I will then start like this and just start cutting. And like I said, scissors, good quality scissors are what changes the game here. If you are using scissors that are not sharp enough and not of a good quality, it makes this part so difficult. So I would suggest investing in some really nice fabric scissors for your endeavor. And then, you know, fabric scissors are meant for fabric only, so make sure to not use it with paper or anything else. You can take it as slow as you want to at this part. I really just eyeball it and make sure it matches. And this is the part of handmade magic, right? Nothing's gonna be absolutely perfect, but it's just gonna still look beautiful as ever. So I'm just gonna kind of flatten out the fringe. My fingertips are like irons in my opinion. And I'm gonna go ahead and look to see if there's any places that I missed that looks like a little bit too long compared to the rest of the circle here, like right here. All right, so there you have it. You did it. You made a macrame coaster, and I hope you loved every moment of it. You can use these macrame coasters for absolutely anything. I like to use them as a coaster, obviously. See, it's perfect size, and you can also use it for a candle. I would love to show you how you can use it as a candle there. Just looks absolutely beautiful. I have tons of videos on my social media of how I've used them in different ways, and it's just perfect. I love it so much, and I hope you enjoyed learning how to make one, thought of ideas how you can gift one, how you can make some for your home, and I just really hope you enjoyed this entire process, and thank you for being my naughty friend and hanging out with me. So until next time, naughty friends.